How's it going, everybody? It's my PC Classic Cars back with another test drive video. Today we are in a 1950 Chevrolet 3100 5-window truck with an aftermarket 350 and an automatic transmission. Alright, so again we have a 1950 Chevrolet 3100 pickup. This is a factory 5-window truck, as you can see. What's really cool about this particular truck is all of the mechanical upgrades and late model stuff that it has. For starters, it's got a 350 in it, so it makes it a whole lot more user-friendly instead of this little inline 6 that these would have came with. Also backed by a turbo 350, 3-speed automatic transmission, 10-bolt rear end. This particular truck will drive at 65-70 miles an hour with no problems whatsoever, and that's pretty uncommon for one of these. It does have the aftermarket Heights front clip underneath it with tubular upper and lower control arms. Also has disc brakes in the front. It is a manual disc brake and manual steering, but the truck still drives fantastic. Also optioned with aftermarket AC. It's an under dash unit here for the vents. AC blows cold, heat blows hot, and I can't say enough about how well this truck drives. Goes down the road, we're cruising at 60 miles an hour right now with no problems whatsoever. We're up to 65, 70, and again, it's a comfortable, crank that window up a little bit. It's a comfortable truck at 65, 70 miles an hour. You do have a little bit of wind noise there, almost inevitable to get it to go away completely. We do have a pretty good crosswind here, but still very bearable if you talk to the person sitting next to you. On the inside, you have an aftermarket, like a later model GM style, later model standard column. It's a non-tilt, but the driving position is still very comfortable. You have a nice comfort grip wheel. You have aftermarket Dolphin gauges, stock style bench sheet. It's a red bench sheet. The rest of the interior is black. Retro style radio. Again, you have your aftermarket AC controls under the dash there. It still has a hole in the dash for the factory ignition, but the ignition is on the column. All of your gauges are functioning. You have your fuel, oil, temp gauge, and voltage on the left. All that works. So speedo on the right. It's showing 27,054 miles on the odometer. Don't know what the true miles are on the actual truck. Standard brake pedal, standard gas pedal, all that stuff functions properly. And even though it's manual steering, it still steers nice. It does have the electric wiper conversion. So again, all of the stuff you're going to want to do to one of these trucks has already been done. The only thing I could say is either fuel injection, which it's not needed, the carburetor's set up well, or even go into a power brake setup. It is discs, but you do have to press the pedal a little bit harder. So I would do a power brake setup on it, but again, it's not needed. 350 runs well. Nice positive shift, very smooth. Exhaust sounds good, it's not too terribly loud. It's got an X-pipe, dual exhaust, aftermarket mufflers, nothing too crazy loud, no drone on the inside of the cab. On the underneath, it looks good. The floors are in nice shape. It's had a couple small spots repaired. The frame's in nice shape. Like I mentioned before, it's got the Heights front clip with the tubular upper and lower control arms. This also has an aftermarket tubular transmission mount. That's in great shape. Lower corners of the cab corners definitely have had some work done. But overall, the bottom side of the truck is solid. Cosmetically, I would say that's the oldest thing about the truck. The paint walking up to it has a nice shine, but it's far from a fresh paint job. It's got touch-ups, imperfections, flaws, kind of front to back. Again, it's got a nice shine to it. It's not a wavy truck by any means. It's just older paint. Check out the additional infos tab. You'll see all the photos of the flaws on there. Still a very presentable truck, but it does have some noticeable flaws. There's a split on this door. There's a split on that door. Touch-ups on both the rear fenders. The steps, the paint's kind of flaking on the steps a little bit, just kind of where your foot would be. Again, presentable. Just check out the extra photos and you'll see what I'm talking about. Wheels and tires are nice. I believe the tires are a 2023 date code. Glass is all very clean. We'll dive into that here in a second. Again, you got to push the brake pedal a little bit harder than what you normally with an older truck without power brakes, but discs, it still stops nice. You just have to get into the brake pedal a little bit. Being a 5-window cab, you obviously have your windshield, you have your 2 side windows, and then you got the 3 windows in the back. Everything's clean. Windows roll up and down like they should. With the electric wiper conversion, the wipers function properly. Going down this bumpy road with the Heights front clip performs awesome. It's crazy what that Heights front clip. Their base kit now is like $2,600, and then you can option it with obviously the suspension, what steering option you want. So that's an expensive add-on. The AC is a really expensive add-on. People just usually don't take the time to do all the mechanical upgrades to these trucks because it is expensive to do. And this one's had a lot of money thrown at it. We have a ton of paperwork and receipts for all the mechanical stuff done. Seat feels really good, has a nice cushiony feel to it. I'm 6 foot tall, right under 200 pounds, and I have plenty of room between me and the steering wheel. You don't really need a tilt column with how much room you have here. You could load up 3 people in here and be very comfortable. I like that it still is the column shift, or it is a column shift instead of a low car floor shifter. If you put the low car floor shifter, then you can't put a third person in the middle or it's not as comfortable. Inside the bed has a really nice wood bed kit. Forgot to touch on that when we were talking about the exterior, but the bed kit looks good. No rubbing from the tires. Does have a rear lowering block in the back. Just a painted steel wheel. Get on it here again. Holds nice and hard. Transmission again shifts good. It's just unusual to be able to drive a Chevrolet 3100 at 70 miles an hour down the highway, and you'll get more looks in one of these than pretty much any classic car. These are so iconic. I like the white-faced dolphin gauges. They're just really easy to read. This one does just have a solid rubber floor mat, no carpet in here. Cardboard factory style headliner. Same thing with the visors, factory material there. Door cards match the headliner. All of the trim on the outside of the truck, I didn't touch on that. There's a little bit of pitting in the door handle. Same thing with the trim on the top of the hood and the front of the hood. The grille looks good, the bumpers look good, but everything else is a little bit older on it. You do have a speaker mounted over there on the passenger side underneath the dash for the radio. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's everything else that you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to get updates for the content I'm putting out daily. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, and we'll see you guys on my next test drive video. Thanks again for watching. Just a really cool truck. Truck sounds good.